Okay. I went through the boring process of skipping through the unnecessary nonsense, the installation pieces. And it looks the same. There it is. It looks exactly the same. The same compass thing that pops up when you just get started with Cadlink. That's the same. These videos they're not playing. I clicked on one. The links do work, but I guess it's not playing here. These are these are AI videos. Look, I want you to listen.
Digital Factory is much more than a RIP software package. It's a complete digital print production.
See, all AI videos. All right, you can look through that stuff if you want to, but it's just AI videos. I'm gonna shut that off. But as you can see, my 15-day trial, just to show you 15-day trial. But see, it's the same exact thing. There's nothing different about it. I didn't expect anything to change much. But let me see the list of printers. So you go to devices, manage devices, add a new printer. And then these are all the printers now you can put in, okay? The list is probably still the same. I don't see anything mini, DTF. This, I look like this added some more printers. I don't know what else they changed. Everything else, absolutely everything else up here is the same. This button might be a little different. This one right here might look a little different, but I don't know. I'll cancel that too, sorry. So what this does, gang sheet, Epson DTF. So look like they add gang sheet to this thing. It's a gang sheet. Managers gang sheets. Again, I'm not exactly sure what changed, so I'm gonna look more into this, see what they added, what improved. As time goes on, I'll learn more about this and I'll try to give you as much info as I can. It look like it's installed in, I can't zoom on nothing. I don't know why it's like this, but I'll figure it out. I just opened it up. This is my very first time, me talking to you right now is the very first time using it. So I don't know. I don't know what changed. I don't know what improved. I don't know what got bad. I don't know what got worse. I don't know anything. So I'm going to be testing it out over the next couple of days, and as soon as I learn stuff, I'll let you know what's good, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what I do. And it is even worth updating or upgrading to the new one. If you already have if you have 11, don't rush to get 12. 11 works just fine. As you know, it fits 90% of our needs. We don't need to upgrade to 12. But I want to see if there's a reason, if you have 11, why you want to upgrade to 12. And I looked on the website and I didn't see any option for upgrading. So I want to make sure, I want to verify that right now. So let me look right here. Give me a second, I'm gonna find it. Okay, so there we go. Let me show you the screen again. So if you look, resources, trials, support, trials, you can find the trials there, industries, commercial packaging, apparels. Let me see if this one has it. No, they changed their website, and it's kind of weird how it is now. I guess we have to get used to it, I guess. I don't know. To me, it's confusing. Okay, so you have to go into this thing over here. It's called products. I need fire command. These are like all the oh my goodness, software solutions they sell and all that other stuff. So to find Digital Factory, you got to go all the way down here to say specialty production. And you got to go Digital Factory. When you go in here, it's going to take you to Digital Factory, which is kind of weird. I don't know what it was the last time. Again, not my thing, so it really doesn't matter. You can download the trial if you want to try it. There's the button right there. And you have sublimation. You can try sublimation. So for those who love sublimation, they got sublimation one, the Anki. I don't know what that is. This is a printer. And it's a printer. Apparel. This is for DTG printers. So if you do DTG, if you have a direct-to-garment printer, you can download this to try it out. Brother, if you have a Brother printer, you can download that trial. All the Epson printers sit right here. The printing cut one and the UV. So all the UV, if you have a UV printer, you want to try direct Digital Factory, this is where you go. All right, but you want to find that one right there. Okay, I'm going to click on that. right here. See, there is no option to upgrade. Nowhere. All right, so you can buy add-ons. You can see what's new. What's new? Perfect. There we go. Precision color, Fury profiler, blah 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 blah. This is something that's in the software. I'm guessing that's what they fixed. But you can see there's a new add-on module. This is something I need to purchase right there. That new add-on module. Okay, I need to buy the add-on module. Again, that thing is expensive. All right, and then these are the new add-ons, which is the one I was talking about is right. Device, this one. This is the module I need to get. It's called now it's called Device Link. It was called ICC profiling, I think, on the old one, but now it's called Digital Factory Device Link module. Whatever. These naming schemes are getting absolutely fucking ridiculous. Okay, that's my personal opinion. You think whatever you want to think, but I think the naming schemes are getting absolutely ridiculous. Why you just can't call it ICC profiling is beyond me. Okay, so all that changed was what's new is this precision color things. You can make better ICC profiles, I'm guessing. You can integrate a gang sheet builder. This is that thing I just clicked on in the very first part of the video. I'm going to see how that works. So you can actually build gang sheets now. I don't know. We'll figure out how that works, if it even makes any sense. I don't know what was wrong with the last method, but we'll see if this makes any sense. Again, this is I literally just found this out, okay? So we're going to do this together. At least I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you what I got and what I think. Enhanced markup system for smarter finishing. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm thinking this is more for professional big the full version. We don't have the full version, and I think that's what this is for. I'm gonna read a little bit more into it, but for about I'm gonna say 60 to 70% of us, I don't think it's gonna matter one bit. But it's there for large businesses, medium businesses, us little tiny do-it-yourselfers. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference to us. Especially if you purchase like one or two, this is more for like big production. You know, you're printing like 20, 50 shirts constantly, then you kind of need stuff like this. But for me personally, I print 1, 2, maybe 3 shirts if I'm printing that much, and this makes absolutely no sense to me. It's pointless, but for big people who print a lot, people who make 40, 50, 60 shirts, corporations, businesses, like this type of stuff kind of makes sense. All right, that's what it is. But I'm gonna look into it and tell you what it does and what it don't do, blah 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 blah. But that seemed to be all that got changed. That's all it says that got changed. This, if you didn't know, the desktop version, this is the one most of us use, especially for the 8550. It's a 17. It can print up to a 17-inch roll with printer. There's not really much of them out there for us to buy, which is kind of weird that more of these printers are not available to us. Your option really comes down to an Epson P800. P800 and the P600. If you can get your hands on one of those, that's pretty much where this kind of ends for us. EU, I don't know what the EU is, but I know for the US, it's pretty much the Epson P800 and the P600. And finding any one of those, 600? I think it's either the 6 or the 400. What are the two of them? 8 or 6, it's either 8 or the 600, okay? I think those are the two numbers, all right? And that's pretty much where you get the 17-inch print. The P900 is not available yet. I just looked in their support page where you can find the support is up here. We can find your the printers that work for this, and the P900 still is not DTF ready. I don't know why they still haven't made it DTF ready yet. Actually, I know why it's not DTF ready. So let me tell you why it's not DTF ready. One, Epson's not selling a lot of them. They're very expensive. The ink cartridges are extremely expensive, and you run out of ink and like that. And I don't know about now, but when the printers just came out, they were breaking like nobody's business. They were built like junk. I don't know if they improved the design ever since, because again, Epson don't know I exist. These people don't know I exist. So I don't know if they improved the design any, which I'm hoping they do. And another problem is there is nobody out there selling proper cartridges or refillable cartridges for this printer yet. It's still kind of just, it's expensive. It's expensive. It really is expensive. And turning it into a DTF printer is kind of ridiculous when you can just go out and buy a 24 inch or a 16, 17 inch kind of design DTF printer, and you're spending roughly the same amount of money. Anyways, it's kind of pointless. It really is. To turn that printer into a 17 inch printer when you can sit down and see if you can find somebody with a used P800 or P600 that they want to get rid of, that they don't have no use for because they upgrade their machine and the printer's still working perfectly fine. Then you can grab one of those and then you can turn that into a DTF printer, which is going to cost you maybe like $600-700, versus going out and buy a P900. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg just to convert it. Then you just end up, it's just cheaper to buy a 24 inch DTF printer for the same price. Just saying. So I don't know what's going on with Epson. Epson not making any sense, but they're getting ridiculously greedy. They used to be the printer to go to for affordability. Now they're just exorbitantly expensive printers, and they're not worth what they're paying for them. At least I don't believe. Perfect example, the Epson 8550. I absolutely love that printer. They need to make them better, and two, they need to make the printer still more flexible, because there's more they can do to make that printer better. They need to make a wider version of it. The limited runs they're making, I'm guessing the limited runs are now based off. They'll probably try to redesign that printer. I hope they don't cancel it. And when they redesign it, I hope they keep all, everything that's it's the features. The features stay the features. They don't change it. And the really thing I really want them to do is make a 17-inch version of it. Like, let's hope, right? They make a 17-inch version of the 8550. That'd be awesome. And give us the option to put a roll feeder on the back of it. That'll be even better awesome. Because the 8550 does have a slot you can push paper through. I tell you, the Epson just getting greedy at this point. But greedy and mind-numbingly ridiculous. I don't know what's going on with them. Come on, Epson, get your shit together. But beyond that, I'm gonna stick to this thing, and I'm sorry to make the video so long, but I'm gonna learn more, and as I learn it, I'll make the videos and push them out. All right, so bear with me. Peace.